We'll wait for everyone to come on. I hope I did this right. Let's see. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to my. If you're out here, go ahead, tap, tap, tap in. Okay, hey guys. Hey guys, Farah and I were on a field trip today. Farah, say hi. I don't know if they can hear you. Say hi. Okay. House? You want to stop at the house? Okay. Okay, we'll stop at the house and then regroup and then we'll go to the P.O. box. Okay. Okay, guys, real quick. Hold on. Okay. Okay, hey guys. Hey guys. Um, Farah and I were on a field trip today. I'm going to tell you guys all about it in just a second. Um, so you guys are going to laugh. Okay, let me get to the house. Hold on a second, guys. Pick that up. Okay. Hey everybody, tap 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 in. Okay. Guys, I feel like you guys can hear me. Okay. Can y'all hear me? Can I get some? All I'm seeing is hello, said hi. Okay. Let's see. Okay, good. I don't have my second phone with me, so I'm not able to check. Okay. All right, 1 second, guys. Okay, guys. All right, so we went to Union County Courthouse today. Um, this is where we were this morning, 9:30. Um, you guys are gonna laugh. I had this on my calendar of stuff I was keeping up with, so we went ahead and went, and it was quite interesting, and I'm so glad that we went because it was so ratchet. The courthouse is beautiful. And the judge actually seemed to be super nice, but we went, this guy was on the docket. Do you remember him? This is who was on the docket today. Do you guys remember who this is? If you remember who this guy is, go ahead and comment down below. This guy was all over social media about 2 months ago. This is the landscaper guy whose clients were out of town, and he basically commandeered their house and had hundreds of people for his son's graduation party. And he was due in court today. Baby, it did not disappoint. Okay? It was a shit show. Now, court started on time. I actually recorded like a little I'm outside in front of the courthouse thing, but I'm giving you guys my first impression on our drive home. Oh, Farrah wants you guys to know there was a cat outside the courthouse. There were several cats outside the courthouse, actually. When I looked out the window, I saw a couple of cats. Little white kitten who just, I guess, was living outside. Anyway, we'll get to that part. But so we got there. It was easy to check in. We went upstairs to the second floor. And so Farrah went with me. She was my assistant. And they're calling a bunch of cases. So we were there for about an hour before they called his case. We saw him. He looked, first of all, okay, let me rewind. We got there and we were standing outside the courtroom. He was not there yet. We got there like 9 o'clock sharp. Court was starting at 9:30. Anyway, He came like maybe about 10 minutes later, and he had on a tank top and had on the same Scully cap that he had on in that interview that they did with him when he was trying to talk about the clients were going to take him back. And he basically had on a, I don't even know what you call it, but like a skull cap, um more like the one though that you wear at night, like a wave cap. He had a wave cap on but not a do-rag, um a tank top, and like his work pants. He looked like he was getting ready to leave there and go back to work. Anyway, he is charged with a felony. So anyway, right. Okay. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me. My live went out. Okay, someone called. I need to put this thing on do not disturb. Okay, we're gonna be at the house in a minute. Anyway, can you guys hear me again? He's a fool. Y'all, when I tell you what happened, you guys are going to die. Okay? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Can you give me a thumbs up? Okay, we're back. Okay. It's back, it's back. Okay, good. Girl, of course, the minute that I start doing something, that's when people want to call. Okay, so if you're just now coming in, I went to the hearing at the Union County Courthouse today for Michael Brown. He's the guy, the landscaper, who was out there smoking weed and laying up in them people's pool and had a couple 300 people over to those people's house while they were out of town. The black couple with the $3 million house out in Waxhaw, North Carolina. So I didn't see them. It was all the prosecutor. Anyway, so they call him up, and basically the judge was asking a couple of questions of everybody as soon as court starts, which is, do you have a lawyer? Are you going to request a court appointed lawyer? Are you going to be representing yourself? And he immediately had attitude. And he said, I'm going to be representing myself. And I was like, girl, first thing I wrote down on my notebook, pro se, I was like, oh my God, I cannot wait. So he said he wanted to represent himself. And he said, the judge said, are you sure? Because you don't even know this for court. And this is going to go to Superior Court because you've got a Class H felony. And this could have jail time. So you need to in Superior Court. Are you sure that that's what you want to do? All right, Fair. Let me let Fair in the house. No, Fair, go on ahead. Handle your business. I'll be still be talking when you come back out. If the dogs need to go out, just let them out real quick. Okay. I will initiating. Wait. Okay. They call him up. They ask him, "Are you going to do court appointed? Or do you have an attorney, or are you going to represent yourself?" He said, "I'm going to represent myself." I think he might be sovereign. If you guys know what I'm talking about, the sovereign citizens. He didn't. I didn't catch what he said immediately, so I wasn't sure if he said he was sovereign. But he said he was going to be representing himself. And that's when the judge was like, "Are you sure you're over here in a tank top, blah, blah, blah?" And he got mad. And he said, okay, well, if you want to represent yourself, you can do that. Here's a form, and I need for you to have a seat and check box number 2, sign it, give it to the sheriff, and we'll get you set up. And then he's like, but what about the things I'm supposed to be here? He said, we're going to get to that in just a minute because he has several cases. I don't have my other phone with me. But he's got contributing to delinquency of a minor. He's got, the main thing was theft or something under false pretenses or something, which was like a class H felony. Anyway, he said that's most concerning. And he wasn't giving him advice, but he basically said, are you sure you don't want an attorney for that, because that is something that you could end up spending jail time. And so he said he wanted to represent himself. And they gave him the form, and he did not want to sign he said, I'm not signing this. I'm not signing it. And the judge was like, well, first of all, have a seat. And he didn't want to sit down. He said, why do I need to sit down? I can sign standing up. The judge was like, have a seat, sir. Next thing you know, the other sheriffs come out they just came out the woodwork. And they were standing around him like, are we having a seat or are we not having? He said he didn't want to sit down. And he said, sir, I'm going to name you, or I'm going to order that you are in contempt of court. And he said, I'm not sitting down. To sign he just wouldn't sit down. Girl, the judge said, you are in contempt of court. 7 days. 7 days. You are in contempt of court. Get him out of here. Girl, they put him in handcuffs and took his behind right up out the court. He said 7 days, and then I'm leaving, and I'm checking on the sheriff's website. They already had him keyed in. Look at that. They just got him in there. Can y'all see? Contempt of court. Can y'all see that? Contempt of court sentence. Today's date, 7/29. Girl, this just happened. Okay? Farrah was like, I said, Farrah, you want to be a lawyer? She said, no. She said, I cannot work with the mentally ill. I was like, Farrah. Girl, why was he smiling? She said, no. Okay? This guy is a complete clown. And he not that he was looking at me, but when I was looking at the hallway, I kind of crossed, you know, I feel like he saw me looking down that way. I don't know that he thought I was looking at him per se, but I think he noticed that I was looking down. Because, girl, if I could have caught a picture, I was trying to snap a picture. I was. Um, this is let me show you. I was trying to take pictures, y'all. This was the courtroom. That was the courtroom. I got the docket on here. You see him right there towards the middle to the end. That was Michael Brown. Girl, I snapped a picture of the docket. That was Farrah in the hallway. That's the hallway. That's the child support. I think that's outside of child support or domestic violence court. It was like domestic violence, child support, civil district, and then criminal district court. So it was like 4 courtrooms in the hallway, and criminal district was the one all the way down at the end. That one. So the door all the way down at the end of the hallway, that was the criminal district court. That one. Okay. Um, let's see. That was out in the bushes. That's the outside of the courthouse. It was actually cute. I've never really been to Monroe like that. Rush said I was all up in his business. That was the business of the people. That was the business of the people. I'm sorry. Let's see. Y'all like the tea. If y'all didn't like the tea, or Sir Mr. Rush, if you didn't like the tea, you wouldn't be in here. Because, that's what we talk about, the tea. We talk about the crime, and we talk about the tea. Crime tea. Okay? He's doing his time. He can go do his time. I'm reporting for the people. Boots on the ground. Boots on the ground and boots in the clouds. It was funny from a standpoint of The judge was actually really nice. And then there was a guy behind me like, man, they putting him in jail for a tank top. And I'm thinking to myself, where were you? He's not going to jail for a tank top. He's going to jail because he was rude. He's going to jail because he wouldn't sit his ass down. The judge said, have a seat and sign the paper. And maybe he was little boying him. Maybe he was sunning him, whatever you want to call it. But at the end of the day, he came up to the bench